Hi there, welcome to another Hungry Heffy Crafts video. My name is Lesley and today I'm playing with the scraps on my table. I've made a few projects over the last few days, so I've got quite a lot of little bits and pieces of scraps lying on my desk. So I thought I would turn on the video camera and just play around really and to see what we could come up with. I am a firm believer of the fact that even though it's a small piece of paper, it could still be used for something, especially when you live in a world with punches and other pretty things. So I'm starting off with a piece of black paper and I'm putting it at the bottom here just to create sort of a heavy base to the card. And I'm going to be using some of the other lighter colours which will contrast well with this black. So I've taken this piece of Swiss stock cardstock and I'm also going to gather up some of these other pieces of paper lying around to see what I can come up with, to see what inspires me. And I've decided to go with this strip of sort of craft coloured cardstock which has got the embossed dots on it and lie it across the page. Now, I took a look at that piece of green paper and decided that I actually would quite like a strip of the green across the top of the craft cardstock, but it was very, very narrow and you can see little punches on there on the side of it. So I'm going to stick it down first of all and tuck it underneath the craft cardstock. So I've used the glue roller and it was it's really good because you can pull it off again without causing any damage. Even though it's a permanent adhesive, if it's not been stuck down for too long, then you can pull it off and reposition it a little. So it's a little bit more forgiving. Now I had used a die to cut out this notebook edge, but I really liked this trim which is actually supposed to be the bit that you throw away. So of course I didn't throw it away because I thought it would look really pretty as a decorative edge. So I'm sticking that on the bottom of the craft coloured piece of cardstock, and I think that the little shapes stand out really well against the black background. So sticking that on, and let's just trim off this end here. Now, my trusty punches. Anytime I have little pieces of scrap paper like this, I usually pull out my punches to see if I can punch out some pretty shapes and then use them on a card. So I've taken the butterfly punch. It's a Martha Stewart punch, and I've lined the butterflies up along the top of the card, and I've stuck them down, but this 1 second from the end I'm sticking a little tiny butterfly in the middle, and it's going to be my focal butterfly, so it's a little bit different from all the other ones. I'm using some enamel accents to put a little black pearly enamel drop in the middle. So I'm now taking a glue dot and I'm going to wrap some linen thread around the card and stick it down to that glue dot and trim it off here. And I'm not going to worry about that glue dot being there because I'm going to cover it up with a button, and I'm going to use this excess piece of thread to push through the button, and then I'll tie it in a little bow on this side to accent the card. There we go. So this will go here, just right over that glue dot, and just trim off these excess pieces of linen thread. To secure it a bit more, I'm going to put a little dollop of glossy accents on the top of that button so the bow doesn't come undone. So there you have it, really quick, really simple, and used up most of the scraps on my table. Thanks for watching the video, and as always you can find me over at hungryheffycrafts.com.